One time this thing worked. Brand new, Amazon's finest Bluetooth microphone. I don't know, I can't get the two to sync. Anyway, so no microphone today. This is what happens when you park on the street and you get 16 Amazon delivery drivers every goddamn day. Get this sucker back in, wired up properly, and test it out for shimming. Alright, let's record the back of my head. I remember, did I take all this off up there? I probably did. Let's see. I think I can do this one. Little the size? Yes, of course it was. The 11:30 seconds. Is that what I said it was? 11:30 seconds. Can you even hear me? Probably not. Just talking to myself here anyway. There's nothing to report on. Just thought I'd film. Got my little tripod out. There's the wrong wire I did. So this is the one we're not using. This is the resistor wire. We're just going to cut that. Apparently I don't need it. Allegedly you don't need it. And we'll see. Well, we shall see. Look at that. Nice. All right. Those two are off. The one I can't get to yet, so I will drop this first. Transmission lines need to be adjusted. See, this got the nice knurled. Where's the lens? You see how they got a nice knurled, of course you can't see it, it's pitch black. Right here is knurled. So it's, they do that for a reason, so they stay tight, I think. This sucker's quite a bit heavier. Oh, I think I left enough. Yeah, I can get down here to take everything off. That's the best way to do things. Leave enough wire for yourself to do shit. Fuel tank was the same way. I should have done it this way. There's enough hose. Alright. Hopefully the last time that goes in. So now I need to take this wire and put a female terminal on it. That's what I should have done the first time. Alright, that's on there. Oh, I gotta shrink it still. I've taken this off so many times. And look at this. It's with fusible links. That one is barely hanging on. So I'm gonna crimp on a new terminal there. So I don't do this next week. No start. Alright, let's bring the thunder, as they say. Negative. That is the sound of she needs some shimming. They only give you the too thin. Usually there's a thick shim when you got a GM starter. It sounds like it's too
It is too tight, so I think it's still going to come down. I'm going to make another shim out of that piece of aluminum I got. Well, I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but my clearance between here and the ring gear is a little bit bigger. I think it's 0.10. If you measure it on here, 0.100 plus or minus. I don't know. Maybe it's. I'm going to shim it because either way, the gear's coming all the way out to the end of the flywheel. I'm going to look at another install video. You don't want it to be fully engaged like that. And it sounds like mine's hanging up. So I'm going to do that first because I want you to do that first and then do the other shims anyway. I just jumped to these. I put in almost 0.17, 4.3 millimeters. That's a lot of shims. So that's not right. Way too many. So let me try and throw these ones in. I'm going to take the starter apart to do that. They go in between here. They give you a slew of them. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if these are any. Are these all the same thickness? Yeah. Another video said 1 and 1, round and both. Let me see what their notes say. Move the 3. Move the pinion. Place the housing shape shim. Yes, 1 shim maybe? Okay. Alright, let's see what this does. This is how awful these instructions are. It's telling me to loosen these bolts and pull the armature out. There's no reason to. I just need to get to this section. So nothing is touched there. I'm putting in a shim right here. There's already one there. They want another one, and then another one here. But if you read their instructions too, they want you to take the gear reduction housing and pull out the sprag clutch and put it behind there. Well, if I pull that out, it doesn't fit behind there. There's a bearing and it's not the same. These fucking people. But I watched a competitor's video. Yeah, they're just doing this one and this one. So, oh boy. Alright, second shim added. The other one as well. Let's see what our clearance is here. Maybe I'll show you that underneath my free time.
So that's the engagement we want right there. See? It even looks like a wear mark. That's all the way out for me. Before it was coming right to the end. Now it's getting hung up like that. Should it stay there on its own? They're saying to pull it out. And then they want you to check the gap in there. It should be like 10 thousandths, they said, or one other site has you put a paper clip. I don't like how that. I had to like watch how hard this is to get into gauge. If it comes out at an angle here, see if I can do it. It kind of hits the flywheel, and I've already done a couple of teeth damage shimming this. So let me. I don't like that. See that? Clink. That's. I mean, it's gonna come out spinning. I guess that's the idea. Let's see. I've never had to deal with this. I feel like that's gotta go. If it comes down, it's going to be away from the flywheel more, huh? I think that's what it is. When you're shimming, you're adding shim. Let me rotate you guys, sorry. When you add shims, because where it is, you're right on the like 3 o'clock position. You add shims, you're coming down to like 4 o'clock. Am I correct in thinking that? So I can't take any away. There's no shims right now, and it's right there. Let me put in 1 shim, see what happens. 1 shim. Alright, 2 shims. No shim. Okay, I'm gonna roll a little video. Got 3 shims in there.
one more shim in here. Had on stock, added 2 now, plus the circle inside. And because we still were coming out too far, I think. So, let's see. Straight shims, just depth shims. Be one straight shim. Good boy. Two shims. Yeah, how about 3 shims? All the shims I made. It's just as thin. It's not the flywheel. Teeth are. I got some new damage, right? That's what I'm doing right now. Other than that, there's a spot up there. It's getting a little worn too. Almost to me, like, that's not. Let's see, the way this is drilled, I think it has to go, the whole starter has to go that way, in my opinion. So when you kick this out, so I can do this. No matter what you do, it hits. And I'm bringing it down as far as it'll do. A ton of shims. Should it sit there by itself? Come down, I need to be like down here. Way down here would be less engagement. That doesn't make any sense though now. And look at it, I keep adding, that still comes out the same. I added a ton of shims here. Mechanism there, and it still comes out as far. It should be coming out. Maybe it only comes out to there. I should roll video, see how far it comes out. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know. Done starters many times in my life. Never one of these high torque things though. Usually you throw a couple shims in, you're good. It seems to be getting hung up. It's coming out. It's not retracting once it's running. My flywheel does have a little wobble to it. If you guys notice that. Is that going to cause that? It seems like the starter's not retracting. I think it's just momentum. It has that sprag gear, kind of worm gear that comes out, engages, and then once it's running it, it's supposed to kick it back. Seems to be coming out into the teeth enough. I think I got that shimming right. I got so many shims in there, you can't go any further. Let's see if you see. There's that, and right there. That's way too many shims. Way too many. Oh boy. Could be something. I'm just saying it seems like it's going to come over. Starter's up in there, it's going to come away from the flywheel. And that would be the opposite side. See how these are fucking shadows, Jesus Christ. Looks like it was supposed to be drilled over here more. It's definitely got a mark over here on both of these. Is that just the way it is? I don't know. Well, let's see, if it was drilled, that would give me more clearance into the flywheel though. I want out of the flywheel. Because she's coming out. I just put jumper cables to it on the ground and it spins, comes out. Spins, come out. wiring in my truck. Would it hold it up? That R terminal wire I left off? No. That's just a feed for coil. Yeah, losing daylight again. Probably be putting the other starter right back in. Oh, jeez. Old starter sitting on the floor. Needs a hammer. Ay, ay, ay. Old starter on the battery charger. Wait for it. Old starter on the battery charger in the 50 amp start position. Jesus Christ. Old starter wrapped on the solenoid. It works. Video. Well, I don't know. The old one doesn't get hung up. But we do know this is coming out. I think it's just in the wrong position. It's got to be like a C hair over. And by shimming it down, so you got the curve of the, that's the inner curve of the flywheel. So it starts here and you bring it down. You're getting further away from the ring gear. But I have it down like twice as thick as those shims right there. Even, I got a lot. Way too much. They used to make like I had one, I cut a piece of this, aluminum. And then I had the shims that came with it. And it measured out to, what did I tell you, 1.7. 0.17, and I think I even went thicker than that. That's not a shim. That's a wedge. That's 4 millimeters. When we know what a 5 millimeter socket looks like. I do kind of remember GM's having a thick shim though, but my starter didn't have it. Obviously, I had the diagonal bolt pattern too. Totally forgot to mention, I was on the phone for 40 minutes with them on hold. On hold 40 minutes. I just wanted to go over their awful instructions. I told you to you don't need to take the armature out. All you had to do was take this end off. And they clearly state that in there. And then they tell you to take the gear out here and put the shim behind it. You can't. The shim goes in front of it. It's like, I don't know, bought some stuff from before from Speedway. But that's my honest opinion. It's just not in the right position. It's got to be further down on the curve of the ring, because it's getting hung up on the return. It won't kick back in. And, you can pull it out and put it into the teeth and feel that. The flywheel's, it's kind of almost at an angle. It's like, are these holes? My holes were drilled in the block. I had the one original. Maybe if that one's in the wrong position, maybe it's cocked in a little bit. I think it's factory drilled though. They do mention you can drill it yourself. Did somebody do that? I don't know. Anyway, old starter's in. That's a high torque, the old one anyway, but needs a new one. Maybe I think I'll email them, send them video and pictures. Say, look, I tried to call you, but you're not very helpful. Ooh, let's see what they say to that. All right, welcome back to Mike's 3-day blinds and starters. What we're gonna do is, I found this little tidbit on the internet. Let me see if I can find it for you. But something I never had to do in all my years of shimming starters was making a half a shim. This was on some Chevy nerd website. But yeah, It says full shim there. That's not my issue. I need a half a shim, like that. I need to bring it away from the ring gear. That's what I was trying to show you guys yesterday with that, with showing this curve. Now I don't like that because look right there. That's not a good seat for the starter. But I mean, if you're dealing with a fraction of an inches, you might be able to get by. The right thing to do, which I might end up doing, is cutting down. Let's see, I need to cut down this side. No, I need to make this go like that. So I would cut down a little, ever so much here. But I'll probably shim it and see what it does first. Let's not get crazy here. Jesus Christ, what a pain in the ass. I guess I'll tape a half a shim there because there's no way to, this is the inner one. So maybe I'll just tape it on there so it doesn't move. Alright. Okay, this is one complete shim and one half shim on the inside. So it's walking that out. Pulled it out manually. Check the clearance with a paper clip, which is what they say. I'm a little loose, if anything. You stick that in between the gears with a nice little slot that's made. Alright, I'm going to try this. Oh! Got the classical music playing to relax me. YouTube will probably flag it, saying you can't have music in your videos. I'm sure fucking Bach is turning over in his grave. Alright, here we go. Still sounds like shit. That's nice. Still sounds tight, right? Let's see what the video showed us, if anything. Alright, now for this bullshit test, what do I do? 2 half shims? And it's pretty loose. Like, it doesn't go in all the way, but at least we should know it's not hanging up now. Let's see what this sounds like. And I put some grease on there to see what the hell the pattern's gonna be. Oh, there's the light. Light over here so you can see. Well, my that shimming clearance coming down feels better now, but it still sounds like shit. The only thing I can say is this is supposed to be an 1/8 of an inch, according to their specs. So I'm gonna take one of those shims out again, or maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe all of them. But if you throw this out manually, it's gonna go way out here, which is what they don't want. So I don't know. I'm just going by their fucking dumb dick instructions. Well, I got the proper clearance. I stuck this is a paper clip right in there. I got the right clearance. Pull this is back in. I have the proper, what the fuck's a camera? There it is. 1/8 inch. It was too tight. I took out one shim and it puts it there, so it's a little loose. But everything's fucking spot on. It's still making noise. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't think I'm going to be using this high torque starter. I guess that's the end of this story. So as far as the starter goes, I am running out of time to deal with it. So I'm just going to hold on to it for... This engine's not staying in this truck anyway, probably. So maybe I'll try it on the next engine. Maybe by then, Speedway will get back to me. They still haven't called. It's the next day. It's still morning, but still. Maybe I'll check my email. I don't know what was going on. Maybe that's that wobble in my flywheel. I don't know. Anyone else have any ideas? You let me know if you've dealt with these fucking mini starters. I did the half shims on, to walk it out, but I don't know. And then I had all my measurements the way they wanted it. You got me. Open to comments, suggestions. Thanks, guys. I'm a glutton. I'm a glutton for punishment. let's try a 98 350 starter. Angled pattern. It's got a nose cone. Maybe it'll be a little more forgiving. According to the destructions, they say no shims required. Look at that, they give you new bolts. Like I said, it was 98 Chevy. Part number, I think I googled 337-1022. Man, that's blurry. Motherfucker, I'm trying to help you guys out here. Yeah. Brand new, not a reman. Alright, let's try our luck. Factory. GM. Voila! Alright, let's keep this rolling. One take wonder. Maybe I can edit. So we got rid of the oldie. Put in the newie, I told you. The 98 vintage mini gear reduction starter. I keep calling them mini starter. Gear reduction starters they are. So yeah, that thing, no shims, fires right up. So this was 98 bucks. I spent $100 on that Speedway one that I still haven't heard back from them 4 days later. I've already returned it, so I don't know. They're dead to me. I need to fill this video in. I never got a good recording of the new starter. Sounds nice. Let's hope it recorded. Alright, I am getting better at my heat shield construction. I learned to cut it long and curl the edges like that. That way you get some strength. You know, that's a lot. It's like a C channel now. A lot of strength there. And let's see. Oh, and of course you got to put the. I don't have a logo yet, but how about that, MikeTheFixer? I'm just gonna go over here. Notch that out nicely. It's going to fit right there and go on one of the solenoid bolts. I've test fitted up in there. And room for my cables are on this side now. The other starter, they were on the floor. No, other starter, they were on this side. So they're going to come out this way. So I had to leave some clearance for that. And I think I'm going to go I'm going to put a ring terminal back. I just had a jumper lead before. Go back to the ring terminal and put that back together. There she is, folks. All bolted up in there. Spin you. Why is this? Is this out of focus? Is it just me? I don't know. Anyway, I'm doing some wire loom too. You know, do the right thing. Put the wires in their proper place. And I'm going to go up top and clean that up. Okay, Bluetooth microphone failed. So what I was saying was just running the loom up here. I'm going to tuck all that in nice and neat. That starter is returned. We'll hopefully get a refund. They better not say it's electrical. And then, try your luck. Stick with the factory starters. You can get them dirt cheap. Same money. And all right, hope this helps somebody. This is very technical, just going through my diagnosis process more than anything. So I hope that helps somebody, and we'll catch you soon. Lots to do.